My work for the survey is called Hold Me. It's a collection of 100 tiny vessels, primarily made of porcelain. Every single one of them is different, and they're all formed through sort of slow, repetitive process. So there's kind of a ritualistic aspect of that record of touch and just that very slow mark making with the hand, so that the idea of intimacy is embedded into each of those vessels. Some of the vessels have words etched inside them, some of them have marks on the outside of them, so every single one of them is individual, but they come together as a collective whole to form the work. A lot of the idea of touch came about to do with my own hands. So I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease a few years ago, which will cause a type of degenerative arthritis. So there's this kind of need to make with my hands, while my hands will still do the things that I want them to do. But I think as well, there's a lot in my work about the idea of identity, of individual identity, but then of collective identity. You know, when I think about female identity, for me, that is very much imbued in the idea of motherhood. The notion of how that changes your sense of self, that you're no longer just who you want to be, you are something to someone else all of the time. And, you know, there's an intimacy in being a mother, and then there's, I guess, an isolation in it as well. One of the things that is really nice about living here and working here is we already know that we're geographically isolated. We already know that we're isolated within our practice. And so we have to seek out that connection, and we have to seek out that community. And I think there's a deliberateness to that maybe you wouldn't see in a larger city area. When I think about artists across the Southwest, whether or not they know me, I know most of them. Even just this morning, I had someone come up to me and introduce herself, and she said, "I'm an artist, you're an artist, I know you." And it was a really beautiful moment, because of those connections. I don't think we see them happening in bigger areas.